10th class NCERT English poem Animals, written by Walt Whitman. Let us see the poem first and its analysis. Later we go for further topics, summary, poetic devices, rhyming scheme and the message. Okay, let me read the poem first. Okay, let us come and see the line to line understanding of this poem. The poem written by Walt Whitman. I must tell you about the poet before I start analyzing this poem. He is the father of free verse style of poems, and it is thought-provoking and reflective in its manner, and it is written in very simple language. An average student can also understand the meaning in the poem. Okay, let us see the line to line and its understanding of the poem. Okay, right. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. Okay, they do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Let us see these sentences understanding. Okay, I think I could. Poet could turn away from the people he has been living with, as they are very much complicated as well as false. Okay, at the same time he wished himself to live with the animals as they are calm and controlled. Okay, so here you can see the poet is dilly-dallying these thoughts by staring at these animals for the long time. Okay, so they do not sweat hard work, they do not do any hard work, and whine means nag or complaining. So they do not sweat, they do not do hard work like men, they do not whine about their condition like human beings. Okay, so this is purely comparison between the nature of the human beings and the animals. Okay, so they do not sweat and whine about their condition. The animals, they do not do any hard work, and they never ever nag about their condition in which they are living. Okay, right. They do not lie awake in the dark like people and weep for their sins. They do not cry in repentance, but people, they cry in repentance for their sins during the time they sleep. They do not get any sleep. Okay, so animals do not lie awake in the dark in the sense nights. They sleep peacefully. They do not lie awake, they do not stay awake during night time. They go for sleeping peacefully because they are not worrying about their sins, and there is no chance for them to do some mistake or flaws. They do not worry about their flaws because they don't have any flaws they commit. Okay, right. So, and weep for their sins. People always they nag about their condition, about their about their sins. They cry in repentance for their sins during night time. They do not get any sleep peacefully. Okay, right. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. So animals, they never ever cry in repentance for their sins, and they do not do not bring it to the notice of the poet to discuss and make him sick discussing about their conditions as well as their sins. Animals do not have any chance. Okay, so whereas men have chance of committing lot of mistakes in their way of life. Okay, because man always run after with the mundane pleasures, for mundane pleasures, to get satisfy, to get to fulfill all the mundane materialistic pleasures. So he runs after them: power, okay, money, property. So he will have lot of lot of chance to have committed some mistakes in his way of behavior. He can become immoral. Okay, so poet has reminded this point very clearly, the difference between animals as well as people. Okay, so they do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. So people are not in such a way, okay, never ever such a way that they commit mistakes, and in the daytime they pray to God. So dual nature of this nature of the men is really, okay, worrying factor here. This kind of nagging dual nature is not witnessed with the animals. Okay, according to the poet Walt Whitman, people are cynical as well as hypocritic, because as they are people of crying. They cry for their sins in regression on one hand. On the other hand, they pray to God. Okay, this dual nature of men is really cringeworthy. Okay, animals in this regard are praiseworthy, according to the poet. Okay, right. Not one is dissatisfied. No animal is okay seen dissatisfied. They are seen, okay, with satisfaction with what they have. Okay, so they are looked happy. They don't. Not one is dissatisfied. Not one is demented. Demented means become lunatic, become mad. Not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Okay, so mania means mad. Okay, right. So animals do not, okay, run after materialistic pleasures, whereas men and people, they run after materialistic pleasures, and they become mad towards owning the, okay, materialistic possessions. Okay, but animals never ever seen running after the materialistic pleasures. Okay, so this really brings a lot of okay, lot of variation between men and animals, between people and animals. Okay, right. Not one kneels another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. So animals do not kneel down to the other animal. Animals, okay, do not perform any rituals for their ancestors, okay, in their way of life. They do not perform any rituals for their ancestors, family line. Okay, uh, okay, that happened in a human life. Men, okay, they kneel down, okay, their superiors. Okay, and these people perform all the rituals for their ancestors in their life. Okay, so this is a main distinctive difference between men and people and animals. Okay, right. Not one respectable nor unhappy over the whole earth. No animal is seen, okay, unhappy. They are seen, okay, happy with the work they have, with the things they have. The poet wondered how these animals had got these qualities. He convinced at last that he convinced at last that the human beings might have forgotten, okay, these qualities, okay, uh, huge times ago, few years back, long years back and long years ago. Okay, and negligently dropped them. The human beings whose qualities are okay, associated with men, okay, with them, were lost somewhere some time ago, and the animals might have adapted these qualities for their way of life. Okay, so this is the analysis of the poem. Okay. Let us see the summary of the poem. The poet Walt Whitman praises the animals for being better than humans. He is comfortable with the company of the animals. He feels and says that he wanted to live with them because they are calm and controlled. He wishes to live with them. He admires to experience a life where no one complains and where everyone feels free from sins and their sorrows. Okay, and this poem has been abridged from his work, Song of Myself in the Leaves of Grass. Let us see the theme of the poem. The most important theme of the poem is not to praise the animals how good they are, but to compare the humans with them in order to highlight the flaws of their behavior and nature. Okay. Let us know the message of the poem. The message of the poem of animals is that human beings have lost their qualities of being kindness, being calm, being innocence. Okay, staying with happy, staying away from greed and avarice, calm and controlled. Okay, man has lost all these qualities that animals possessed. Okay, right, man never accepted the nature. He tries to, okay, damage it, he tries to change it. That led him unhappy. Okay, that is the message of the poem. There is no rhyme scheme followed in the poem because it is written in the free verse style. Okay, as I told you that Walt Whitman is the father of okay free verse style of poems. Okay, so it is written in free verse. Free verse style of poems have neither a rhyme nor a meter. Okay. Let us see the poetic device. Here you can see the underlined words, long and long, are the examples of repetition. Okay. Here you can see anaphora. Okay. Some lines of the poem have begun with same sound, same letters. Okay. Same is repeated down of it. Anaphora. Okay. Anaphora. Now here alliteration you can observe here. Make me. Okay. Same sound, same letters are used side by side in the same line is an example of alliteration. So it is the entire poem is written in uniform personification. The words used might appear different but are very similar to each other. Is said to be uniform personification. Okay, and at last, of course, it has metaphor. Okay, so these are the poetic devices of the poem. Okay, what are they? A repetition, anaphora, alliteration, metaphor, and uniform personification. Okay? Thank you, children. Thank you for listening me, paying attention to my all videos. Thank you. Please continue your support and encouragement for watching by watching all my videos to the full. Okay? Thank you very much.